Straight ahead on 12 News, the chances of getting struck by lightning.
I heard a loud boom, and I thought it was a firework.
Meet the Plymouth woman who would say they're pretty good. Plus, a Maple Grove woman's emotional journey.
And I knew there was something wrong, and I really believe people need to really advocate for themselves.
A journey she hopes will one day save someone else's life. But first, a compromise and a victory for medical marijuana supporters. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone. A legislative deal struck this week will ensure that thousands of Minnesotans will be able to gain access to medical marijuana.
The bill stalled earlier this session due to opposition from Governor Dayton and law enforcement, but a compromise gave the bill new life. Delane Cleveland joins us now with details.
Mike and Shannon, once the proposal becomes law, it will be the most restrictive medical marijuana law in the nation. But House and Senate lawmakers still call it a victory due to the various conditions that are eligible for access to the drug.
Cancer, glaucoma, HIV/AIDS, Tourette's, ALS, seizures, severe and persistent muscle spasms, Crohn's disease, and terminal illness.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle in the House and Senate gathered at the Capitol Thursday afternoon to announce the deal. The compromise forbids the plant form of the drug, which means it would have to be taken in a pill, liquid, or vaporized form. But lawmakers estimate about 5,000 patients will enroll once it becomes available next summer. That includes Beth Hundley of Golden Valley, whose 2-year-old daughter Harlow suffers from a rare form of epilepsy. The legislation gives Hundley, quote, great hope for her daughter's future.
Definitely. Harlow has Dravet syndrome. She is currently taking 13 doses of pharmaceutical medications each and every day. Those medications have horrible side effects. They impact her cognitive and her physical abilities. We know medical cannabis does not do that.
The Minnesota Department of Health will oversee the manufacture of the drug and set up one distribution center in each of the state's 8 congressional districts. Mike and Shannon, once the governor signs the bill into law, the drug will become available July 1st of 2015. So still a little bit of time.
All right.
All right, thank you, Delane. A local e-cigarette store owner says a compromise reached about where you can use those devices is a good deal. A bill headed for the governor's desk would ban the use of e-cigarettes in government buildings, schools, and state college campuses, but they would still be allowed in bars and restaurants and other public buildings. The owner of a Brooklyn Park store says it's better than being outlawed in all public places, which may have included vape shops themselves. But some lawmakers and anti-smoking advocates, however, still support a wider ban.
A Maple Grove neighborhood is on alert after 2 near kidnappings. Police say a woman tried to lure several children into her vehicle. It happened this week near Oakview Elementary. She's described as a white woman in her 40s to 50s, and witnesses say she was driving a red 4-door vehicle. Anyone with information is urged to call Maple Grove Police.
A Plymouth woman is shaken up after lightning strikes her car. The incident happened Sunday at the intersection of Highway 55 and Vicksburg Lane in Plymouth. The driver says she thought it was fireworks.
I saw it fly back because when it came through, it flew out of my car and then into the street and kind of did a kabang, and all the lights in the street went out.
Jessica Wick's car is now sitting at a repair shop while mechanics try to determine if they can fix it. The lightning knocked out all of the electrical power in the car.
It went through up here, and then it came out the side down here. And then it kind of fried my car over on this edge.
Well, Jessica says she considers herself lucky that the whole car didn't get hit by lightning.
A year ago, race organizers in Robbinsdale hoped to get 250 people to run in the first series of races through their city. Now, they have nearly 3 times that number signed up to run in the Birdtown on Saturday. This week, racers have been picking up packets at the Lions Gym to run in the 4K, 8K, or the half marathon. The races are now full. Money raised will go to the Heart of Robbinsdale Foundation, which funds community projects.
This is the first time anything like this has ever happened in Robbinsdale. We have 700 people coming, and they're running through our whole city. All 4 districts. All downtown, all of our downtown, through parks, around our lakes, and it's just a way for everyone to get out there and be part of our city.
And the Birdtown race isn't the only race that will be in Robbinsdale this weekend. The Loppet City Trail Run begins in downtown on Sunday and it ends at the Spoon and Cherry Sculpture Garden in Minneapolis. So, Mike, it's going to be an exciting weekend in Robbinsdale.
Be busy. There'll be a lot of people there.
Yes,
both
some of
days.
us are ready to run.
You too.
We're going to do
All right.
it. All right. Still ahead, conference titles are on the line at the North Suburban Track and Field Finals.
And up next, a Maple Grove woman's battle against cancer.
It's exhausting. It's mentally, emotionally, physically wearing.
What she hopes others will learn from her fight when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone. Life can certainly be a roller coaster. Just ask anyone who has battled cancer.
And for a Maple Grove family, that roller coaster can feel like the entire Valley Fair amusement park. And today on 12 News, Shannon Montague invited us into her home to spread a message about something that may not save her life, but could save others. Here's producer Corey Bork.
I think our sense of humor is awesome. We can always make a joke out of something.
Inside this Maple Grove home, you'll find a whole lot of humor,
She was kind of a diva.
laughter, and a love for music.
I love the band Train.
You'll also find something a lot less forgiving.
And I got a phone call and told me that I had 2 very huge tumors.
2 years ago, Shannon Montague was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer at age 45. She felt sick long before that.
You know that there's something wrong in your body, and you're told that there's nothing wrong, and you know that there is.
And it's not just Shannon who's been touched by cancer.
They discovered something on my prostate.
Her dad battled prostate cancer, her Aunt Kathy breast cancer, and she lost her Aunt Diane to the same disease now affecting her.
I spent time with her towards the end, so I know what I'm in for.
Yet through all this, you won't see an ounce of anger.
I almost look at it as a blessing because I feel like I'm going to save my family. And I'm going to save people so they don't have to go through what I'm going through.
Shannon has made it her mission to tell people about the BRCA gene mutation in her body, which dramatically increases your risk of getting cancer. If you're not familiar with it, Shannon is thankful someone famous is in her family's shoes too.
It was like, this is what we need. We need somebody like her to get the word out because nobody knows who Shannon is from Maple Grove.
Angelina Jolie had a preventative double mastectomy because she tested positive for a faulty BRCA gene, and her mom died of ovarian cancer.
The hardest part for me is knowing that my daughter also has the gene.
Shannon's daughter, Mackenzie, plans to follow the same preventative path.
We're realizing there are more and more hereditary cancers and gene defects that we didn't know about before.
Shannon's doctor at the University of Minnesota, Melissa Geller, says any woman with ovarian cancer should be considered at risk for carrying the BRCA mutation.
Unfortunately, if you look over time, we haven't made a huge dent in survival rates for women with ovarian cancer. I think the key thing is going to be detecting it earlier so that we can catch it at a stage where it's curable. And right now, we're just not able to do that.
Well, doctors here at the University of Minnesota are hopeful in finding new treatments. Shannon Montague is finding hope in the human spirit.
I can't explain.
Baskets upon baskets have poured into her home, coming from people from far away as Alaska, and even from people she never met.
When you get a donation from somebody that has no idea who you are.
All the kindness will help keep up with medical treatments that insurance won't always cover. Shannon hopes to pay it forward in a far greater way.
So I feel like that's why I got this, so that I could save my family and that people won't ever have to get where I am right now.
And while at times this battle is deeply emotional,
It's been tough. My mom's my best friend.
and difficult to accept,
I'm kind of in denial still, I guess.
It's hard to know that one day she won't be here anymore.
for this family, it comes back to humor,
You can dance.
Express yourself.
laughter,
Yeah.
and most importantly, a strong family bond.
I wouldn't be who I am without my girls, and I would do anything for them.
Corey Bork reporting there. Dr. Geller stresses the importance of seeing a genetics counselor if you have a family history with breast or ovarian cancer. And testing for the gene mutation can be done through a simple blood draw or saliva sample. Genetics testing is also more widely available, and the costs for the tests have come down considerably. We'll have more information on our website. You can go to 12.tv. There's also a benefit for Shannon Montague on Saturday. It is from 5 to 11 p.m. at the Crown Plaza Minneapolis West Hotel in Plymouth. And back to the music. Shannon hopes to see Train at the Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado this August. And she already told her doctor she is going to work her chemo schedule around it.
I hope it's a good concert for her.
Still ahead, music that spans decades. The beat goes on, coming up in our weekend showcase.
And up next in sports, Cooper and Armstrong meet up in the Section Boys Tennis Playoffs. Jay Wilcox has that and more when we come back.
Well, things are changing a bit in the North Suburban Conference, so a track and field meet that's coming up is kind of the last of its kind for these schools meeting together.
Yeah, the end of an era, you could call it. Some of them will still be seeing each other in the future, but not all of them, that's for sure. Now's the time to be in top form for local track and field athletes. It's the final conference meet for the North Suburban, which does disband at the end of this school year. Fridley the site in the girls' 100-meter dash, Markai Woto. Fridley is the winner with Benilde sophomore Lashana Porter Roars second, just 1/100th of a second behind. Girls 4x200 close finish. Benilde's Morgan Williams kicks the Red Knights to victory. The field in the boys discus, Totino Grace's Kai Barber takes second with a best of 1:45.5. The girls triple jump, this is Cooper's Mary Gayko. She finishes first with a best jump of 34 feet 7 1/4 inches. Back to the track and a great finish in the boys' 400-meter dash. Benilde's Matthew Cornell on the left outkicks Fridley's Hunan Khan and Irondale's Alex Kellner for the win. As we check the final team scores, Irondale wins the boys' meet with 126.5 points, just ahead of Spring Lake Park, St. Anthony, and Fridley. Among the local teams, Benilde is 5th, Cooper 7th, and Totino Grace 8th. Irondale's girls also win the North Suburban meet. Spring Lake Park St. Anthony is 2nd, Benilde 3rd, Totino Grace 6th, and Cooper 7th. The boys' tennis playoffs are heating up. In Section 6AA, Robbinsdale District rivals met up in the second round as Armstrong played host to Cooper. At number 1 singles, Armstrong's Nikita Snezko in the far court against Corey Loken. Snezko will fire a forehand winner on his way to a win for the Falcons. To third singles, Patrick Cohn of Cooper serves to Joe Lipovitz. A good point here as Lipovitz reaches up for a nice volley. He wins 6-love for the Falcons. Robin Ekman serves for Cooper in the number 1 doubles match as Ekman and Paul Abts face J.D. Urban and Matthew Holton. Good net play before Ekman drops in a nice deep lob to win the point, but Urban and Holton prevail in the match. Some great hustle in the number 2 doubles match. Armstrong's True Landis and Rudy Lipovitz in the near court against Steve Tracy and C.J. Elliott. Lipovitz does a great job getting to 2 balls, and the Falcons duo takes the point. Armstrong wins 7-0. They face Wayzata on Monday. In girls lacrosse, Hopkins and Wayzata are both looking for some late season improvement before section tournament play. The Royals and Trojans meeting for the second time this season. The opening minute of play on the Royals, Shorty Sharon spins away from a Wayzata defender to score her 15th goal of the season. Hopkins leads 1-0 just 40 seconds in. Wayzata ties it about 8 minutes later. McKenna Lorenz passes to Tessa Anderson here for the shot and goal. Later, Anderson curls left and then cuts back right before firing in her second goal of the first half. The Trojans lead 4-3 at halftime. Second half, and Hopkins' Elena Boyce with a long run. She goes all the way in to score, breaking a 5-5 tie. Hopkins later goes ahead by 2 goals for the first time as Maddie Steinbrunn scores from the free possession. The Royals get the win 9-7 over Wayzata. In the boys' game, Hopkins goalie Nate Freeman knows he'll be busy in this one. Wayzata's Grant Long dodges, fakes a couple of passes, then gets in to score up high on Freeman. Long adds another in the first quarter for a 2-0 Trojans lead. Brian Mahout picks up the ground ball from a scramble here and sets up Max Stecker in front for a nice goal. And Wayzata's up 3-0. They lead 4-0 at halftime. Hopkins makes a game of it, though. Griffin Mavison sets up Andrew Wallace-Jackson for a point-blank goal here. Wayzata never really lets the Royals seriously challenge, though. Charlie Shermack sets up Mahout for the goal for a 6-2 lead. And then watch Long put a little icing on the cake with an over-the-shoulder goal late in the game as Wayzata wins it 8-3. Providence Academy has a new boys lacrosse program this spring. The Lions took aim at a win as they hosted St. Cloud. Providence leads 2-0, and they add to it as Wyatt Thole picks off the goalie's pass here and then goes in alone. He beats Jake Levinsky with a low shot, and it's 3-0 Lions. Still in the first quarter, Grant Gardner finds Michael Kaler in front for the quick shot. Providence goes up 4-0 at halftime. St. Cloud, though, comes out stronger in the second half. A man up, they get a goal here from Colton Smith to put them on the board. After a Providence goal, St. Cloud gets one back with quick passing. That results in a goal for Bailey Stedman here, and St. Cloud's within 5-2. But Providence doesn't let them rally. Taylor is patient here and finds Nicholas White out front for the goal as the Lions beat St. Cloud 6-2 for their 4th win. So always exciting to get a new program going and having at least a little bit of success so far.
They're doing all right. Thanks, Jay.
You bet.
Chances are there's a song or two you'll recognize in this week's Weekend Showcase.
Yeah, from the Beatles to Billy Joel, where you can go for a fundraiser featuring the songs of a few music greats. We'll be right back. The students at Maple Grove High School are rocking and rolling in an effort to raise funds for the school's theater program.
As Carissa Wyan explains in Weekend Showcase, it's a performance that starts with their parents' music.
These talented students in Maple Grove are dazzling audiences in this rocking and rolling show.
That's awesome.
The students, who have been rehearsing for months, are passionate about dance and song.
The program we have here at Maple Grove Senior High is something that all of us are so proud of. I mean, even for this show, we put in so much time, a couple months, almost every day after school, hours upon hours.
The show is called Center Stage Live, and it's a fundraiser for the school's theater program.
It's a pretty huge array of music.
The concert-style show features music through the decades from some great artists of popular music history like Nancy Sinatra, the Mamas and the Papas, and the Beatles.
We start out with Elvis and then the Beatles, and we eventually, we work our way into things like Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Elton John, Bruno Mars. We start to get kind of modern with it.
The performers say there's something for everyone in this spectacle.
I get to sing a duet of Sonny and Cher, I Got You Babe, with my friend Matt, and that's a really fun number to perform, and it's a crowd pleaser.
And students say they get a lot out of it, too.
At the end of the night, we all kind of have that moment when we're taking our bows, that just kind of a collective moment among the cast that's just kind of an unsaid thing, but we all know the work we've accomplished.
Carissa Wyatt, 12 News.
And the show runs Friday and Saturday night starting at 7 p.m. at the Maple Grove High School Auditorium. Tickets are $10 for adults and $8 for students, seniors, and children. So it's a bit of a music history lesson.
A lot of energy over there.
I think so.
And it could be,
They
maybe
like
it is
it.
their grandparents' music. We were talking about that. It's old enough, it could be maybe.
It is. Something for everybody, though.
Yep.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Have a great weekend.